Want to get your business in front of real sports fans? The Fade Route with DNZ reaches over 1,000 listeners every month. We drop fresh episodes every week and stay active on social media so your brand doesn't just get heard, it stays top of mind. Local, loyal, passionate. That's our audience. Are you ready to be part of the in crowd? Let's talk about how we increase your foot traffic and get people to visit your website. Email us today at faderoutemail@gmail.com or message us on our socials at Fade Route Podcast on IG or slide in our DMs on X at Fade Route DNZ so we can find the best package for you. Coming at you from the AO Studios, it's the Fade Route with DNZ. Here are your hosts, D and Z.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Coming at you live from the AO Studio.
Ayo.
It's the Fade Route with D and Z. I am D, and we've got a great show for you tonight. The Giants fire Brian Daboll. Bills get crushed by the Dolphins, and Drake Maye and Mike Vrabel seem to be like a dynamic combination. But we'll begin today's show with breaking news. This was not how we wanted to start the show, but the Dallas Mavericks have fired general manager Nico Harrison. Despite Cooper Flagg having a career night with 26 points and 9 rebounds, it was not enough to beat the Bucks as Dallas lost 116-114, dropping their record to 3-8. And the fire Nico chants were loud and embarrassing to the point where even the Bucks players were laughing about it. The Mavericks managed to squander a 14-point lead in this game. Initially, we're asking, should the Dallas Mavericks fire Nico Harrison? They have fired Nico Harrison. So, what are your thoughts about the firing of the general manager?
Well, he did update his Instagram profile to unemployed.
Solid.
Good job. Good job on that. 16-28 was his record post Luka trade. So there's that. Somehow got rewarded with the number 1 pick, right? After all that. So it makes you wonder, right? We were thinking about it in real time. Like he wins that lottery after trading Luka. This feels like a little one hand washes the other type situation. Because nobody is that lucky after doing something that stupid.
Moves Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Acquires Anthony Davis. So, you do have somebody there that, you're trying to build around, and he wanted to be more defensive minded, brought back Kyrie, drafted Cooper Flagg. Things seem to be turning in the right direction. Things seem to be, you have pieces there after you trade your, often out of shape superstar. And 3-8, proof's in the pudding, right? Now, this is not what you would call an overreaction, because this seems to be happening throughout the league. Rumors are circulating the Sacramento Kings are looking to blow up their core after 3-7.
They have a core.
Sabonis, a bunch of other places. I don't
know what that team is doing. That team is just.
They were in the playoffs just a few short years ago, but the NBA moves fast on these things. They absolutely do. Could they have waited a little bit longer? Probably, if the fan base wasn't so dead set on chanting "Fire Nico" whenever they were at home. The fan base rightfully feels betrayed by ownership. They rightfully feel betrayed by management. They had something going with Luka. They had something going with Kyrie. And I understand the idea behind what they were trying to do. Right? This idea that we're going to play a defense first kind of thing. You bring in Cooper Flagg with the number 1 pick, and now all of a sudden things are, we're going to trend in the right direction. But yeah, the will of the people is too strong in this case. And if you were able to even be 500 right now, maybe a game under, I think he still has his job. But because they did not get off to nearly the start they needed to, it was overwhelming. Now, where do the Mavericks go from here is the question, right? Do you just bottom out and deal Anthony Davis? Right? Do you try and hasten the rebuild? And this is Cooper Flagg's team. What does Kyrie have to say about that? What are you going to do with him? Is he going to want to stay? Right? There are more questions than answers in Dallas. And was it right for them to not give him that much of a chance? I mean, 16 and 28, doesn't seem like a very big sample size. And of that, Kyrie missed a lot of time last year towards the end of the season. So, do I think it was rash? I do. Do I feel like ownership is kowtowing to the fans and using Nico Harrison as a scapegoat? Yes, I do. But ultimately, I think this is going to hasten the inevitable. And wouldn't it be something if Anthony Davis ended up back on the Lakers? Wouldn't that be on some crazy shit if they traded him back to the Lakers for like spare parts? For like Bronny? For like Dalton Connect? For whoever else? Like whatever loose change that's in LeBron's couch cushion.
Yeah.
Right? Because in effect, that's what happened. The crown jewel was the first round pick in that deal, right? Because Anthony Davis is often injured. Yes, he's the name, but the first round pick was what you wanted. That's the first round pick that they were coveting, and they have to get from the Lakers. But if this continues down this road, I expect a full-on fire sale from the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think Nico acted solo on this. I'm sure he vetted this with the owner and whatever other high-ranking individuals work for the Mavericks. So I think everybody's at fault here, but I think it's too early. They're 3-7. They just got a rookie. I think you're being ridiculous. It's too rash. I didn't think he needed to be fired. I was of the opinion, and I was one of those people that kind of got the trade. Like, I think that he definitely could have got more, and you definitely could have shopped him, but I wasn't sure if shopping him would have brought down the value, because then Luka might have not wanted to play and may have been more of a distraction, may have been more of a problem. I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. I liked the direction that they were going. I liked how they were going defensive. They got Cooper Flagg. I think Cooper Flagg is a good player. You know, a lot of the problems they're also seeing is with Cooper Flagg is he cannot play point guard. No. And it's just like, maybe that was the onset. I was like, oh, he can come and he's going to replace Luka. He could be the point guard. He could be the captain of the team. And it's like, well, he needs time to develop as a player and as a shooter, and it's not going to happen this year. You know, Nico Harrison came in around the time the Jason Kidd was hired. And, you know, if you want to fire your head coach after 10 games, that's fine. You can do that. But I'm a Mavericks fan. I like Dallas. I've liked Dallas since they had Luka, because Luka was my favorite player. I refuse to root for the Lakers, so I'm just going to stick with the Mavericks. And I liked what they were doing. I didn't have a problem with it. I think they went as far as they could go with Luka Doncic. He doesn't play defense. Even on the team he's on right now, he doesn't play any defense. He's a marvel scorer, and he's very good. He's a very good basketball player. And people come to watch him play, and he's a likable guy. He complains a lot, though. I don't think Luka is a guy that you can build your team around and win a championship with. He's a good player to play with LeBron and play with other stars, but they got to the finals and they got slapped in the finals. I mean, there's nothing else to go on here. There's nothing else that we've seen this show. And I think Nico saw this and was like, okay, I get it. Like, you don't think that I think, in my opinion, as good as Trae Young is, I'm sure Atlanta would like to move on in some capacity and get some value for him.
They were traded from each other on draft
right.
day.
So now if Atlanta goes and trades Trae Young for some good players, are we gonna jump down Atlanta's throat? Are we gonna crush them for not waiting? Like, I think you should. He's taking a chance and he's getting ahead of the curve and he's thinking. You know, he's thinking out loud about what he's doing, and I really didn't have a problem with it, and I don't have a problem with his firing. They're 3-7. I guess you wanted to be 5-5 or 6-4. Anthony Davis is hurt again. You're frustrated.
Shocker.
The fan base is yelling "Fire Nico," and you want to please your fans. You want to please your supporters and the people you've partnered with. I get that. So I'm fine with it. It doesn't really change anything for me. I don't think they should fire Sale. I think you should roll with the team you have. I think Cooper Flag is going to be a fine player. He might not be a Luka Doncic type player, but he's going to be a good player. And you just roll with whatever he becomes. And that's it.
Yeah, well, you're going to roll with whatever you have no choice but to roll with whatever. And you're not going to deal him. But you have veteran pieces that are going to be attractive to other teams in the league. And if that means that you can accrue more picks or you can get some young players in there that could complement Cooper Flag, maybe a young point guard so you can move him off the ball, right? Maybe
I think Dallas is a playoff team. I do. I think when the dust settles, they're going to be a 7th or maybe even a 6th seed. I think they're still good. It's early. I mean, they're just starting to play this tip-off tournament garbage. Like, yeah. It's not even December yet. Like, the NBA really doesn't get started until January, right? I mean, whatever. I'm fine with it. I don't really care. Onward and upward.
Avoid messy accidents. Get better stopping power with your brake pads. Callahan brake pads. You never know when you'll be driving in the road and there will be a truck tire that you need to avoid and save your family. Callahan Auto. We really care about what's under your hood.
But another team that's moving onward and upward is the New York Giants. They made headlines yesterday afternoon by firing head coach Brian Daboll after 4 seasons. The Giants lost to the Bears in Chicago on Sunday and squandered an early lead yet again. The Giants are 2-8 this season and have lost 4 games after having a lead in those games. Was the firing justified, and who should coach the team next? I ask my resident Giant fan here.
Well, the current interim head coach is offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, so we'll see what happens there. I think, well, at least for now, Mike Kafka isn't going to try and get Jackson Dart killed because Jackson Dart has a concussion and he's probably not going to play on Sunday. So I don't think he's going to play. Yeah, if I was
go with Winston,
I would say go with Jameis over Russ because they see Russ. Other teams see Russ and they know that they can turn the pressure up on this O-line because he looked like a dead man behind that O-line. And it was the same O-line, right? It was the same one that was protecting Jackson Dart. It's the same one that buys enough time for Jackson Dart. Outside of the one hit on the fumble that scrambled his eggs. Russ can't protect himself anymore. Right? It is official. Like, Russ is a shell of himself behind that line. You put Jameis in there, Jameis has a cannon. The problem is Jameis has a cannon as much for the other team as he does for Giants.
He just likes to get everybody to get involved. He
happy guy. He's a happy guy.
He just wants everybody. He wants everybody to get involved in the game. You know,
sharing his caring.
Defense scores, offense scores, and we all score. We're all having fun out here.
We're all having fun. That's it. He's a happy-go-lucky fella. That's awesome. I root for Jameis Winston. I hope that Jameis Winston gets the start on Sunday. Is it justified? 20, 40, and 1. Coach Daboll's record. Failed to develop Daniel Jones. Failed to progress the team beyond his one playoff win. Right? This team has backslid since his first year. I would argue they backslid since his first game. When he coached with the Nuts and he beat Tennessee. Like, I would argue that is more of a signature win than his victory over the Vikings. Because it identified who he was as a coach. And then from there on in, it was like he shot his wad, man. It was like, that's all I got for you. That's it and that's all. Right? Does
Joe Shane need to go too?
Well, he's getting one more coach. Whether we want it, whether we like it or not, he's getting one more coach because he is going to be involved in the hiring process. So we'll get to that in a second. But Daboll, you picked a fight with Wink Martindale. You bring in Shane Bowen. Shane Bowen's defense is atrocious, right? That's on you. The Scadaboo thing, that's a freak injury. The Malik Neighbors thing, freak injury.
Is it though? Should he be running routes the way he's running routes? Should he be out there running those patterns at his size and his dimensions? I don't remember All-Star running out there like that. Like, should he be doing stuff like that? Was he a big receiving threat in college? Like, I don't even remember.
Well, if you're he's trying to be more of a diversified player. And that you can't really fault a guy for wanting to be more and be more of a help to his team. What you can fault is Zach Bond for that illegal hip drop tackle that broke the dude's ankle. So you can't fault Brian Daboll for a hip drop tackle. Like he's not, he's not Karnak. He can't foresee that that's going to happen. But there's a lot of this goes on Joe Shane too. A lot of it does to bring up Joe Shane. The Saquon Barkley thing goes on Joe Shane, but you know what? They didn't do anything with Saquon Barkley when he was there. That's another thing. You have this touched by the hand of God, right? Second overall pick, according to Dave Gettleman, and you do ugats with him. Absolute ugats.
I mean, you would agree with Gettleman, right? Looking back.
Yeah, no, like I agree with the move coming out of the draft. Like that was amazing. That was a coup for the Giants. O-line never protected him, right? It was the offensive play calling was Saquon up the middle. Like, how many times can you do a halfback draw with Saquon and have him only go up the middle because he's getting swarmed? And this was just this season was the cherry on top, right? Because the scapegoat was Daniel Jones, right? He was the problem. We're going in. We got our guy now. We got our guy in Jackson Dart. He's the guy who's going to take us to the promised land. And how do you coach him? Right? Are you coaching the recklessness out of him? No. You're coaching him like you coached Josh Allen early in his career. Josh Allen is miles ahead of where he was when Brian Daboll coached him. Why? Because he's away from Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, he may be a brilliant offensive mind, but so apparently he's regarded as a brilliant offensive mind.
Wow.
I don't know.
Dave's? Wow.
I don't know. I don't see it, but you still can't lead with your head. Josh Allen led with his head. Daniel Jones led with his head. Jackson Dart leads with his head, and that's why he's in the blue tent. What are you doing there, right? You're not growing the defense. Your offense is terrible. You're constantly getting penalized. It's time to go. You're 20 games under 500. You're in Ben McAdoo territory. You're in Ray Perkins land. Like those names are fucking pariahs. If you're a Giant fan, you know those names, and you are gonna go and rinse your mouth out after you go say those names. So that's kind of where Ben McAdoo, right? Actually, he'd be welcome. He had an 11-5 record in his first year. Good for him. So this is where Brian Daboll is. He's going to end up someplace as the OC. He's going to have a solid run. He'll get another chance. He's going to get another chance.
Okay.
He absolutely is. If Robert Saleh could go back to San Francisco and get another chance after what we saw with the dumpster fire that was the Jets, Brian Daboll can rehabilitate himself, possibly with the Bills. I know Sean McDermott said he's sticking with Joe Brady, but that doesn't mean Daboll can't consult.
Who's the next coach of the Giants?
So the rumors, if you believe rumors and scuttlebutt, is that the list is Lane Kiffin, Cliff Kingsbury, Clint Kubiak. What do these guys have in common? Yeah, not
they
good.
Got gonorrhea from a tractor?
Yeah. They smiled their little smile. They tipped their little cap and scratched the balls for now. But out of the three, Kingsbury has experience, but it's not good experience, right?
Gruden's they've talked about Gruden. They talked about Belichick, right?
Gruden's not happening. Belichick may happen, but they're going to have to cede a lot of control. They're going to have to give up a lot. And that is the one. That's the one I like. He can develop a quarterback. We saw how Dak progressed. Some of that was due to Mike McCarthy. He can actually coach a well-rounded offense. There's a well-rounded machine there. It's not just let your quarterback do everything. And when Scatterboo comes back, you put him, you pair him up with Tracy. You have a decent running back group. You have Neighbors Mac next year. Who knows what you draft with the number 3 pick? Because right now you have the number 3 pick in the draft again. Maybe you get another wideout to complement Neighbors.
No,
you could be onto something. You have studs on defense, right? You have underachievers on defense, but you have guys like Brian Burns leads the league, right? So the cupboard's not bare. You need a guy who can steady the ship, and you need a guy who can actually take control of the entire team and not get into these pissing contests with your defensive coordinator and not just dig in on a guy like Shane Bowen who you're just going to keep blowing leads, and that's okay. Because, didn't get the job done. No, you did not get the job done. So I would like McCarthy number 1. Gruden, Gruden's kind of a pipe dream. I really don't know if that's the case.
Okay. For me, I actually don't like the move. I don't like them firing Daboll. I don't like them firing Dabs. I think Dabes. I think he is a good coach, and I think he would have been good in developing Jackson Dart. I don't like the idea of them changing, coaches now, and now he's got to learn a new system, a new coordinator, and go through the whole shebang again. We've talked about it many times in this program, what Joe Shane has done. I don't have a problem with the moves they made. Moving on from Saquon, they didn't want to pay him, and they couldn't block for him the way the Eagles were going to block for him. Daniel Jones had success his first year, but you needed a coach that was going to, go by his strengths, right? What does he do well? And not just run their system, whatever their system is. And, Daniel Jones is having success now because he plays for a coach they have a great running game. They have good offensive linemen. They have a good defense. That's why he looks good, and it's fine. It's okay. I don't think Daniel Jones is I don't think he's an NFL starting quarterback in the NFL, but he's playing well. And we've seen him revert back to his old ways multiple times this season. Now, as far as the next head coach, since they've decided to go down this road, I would like to see them get McCarthy. I wanted the Jets to get McCarthy when they had Zach Wilson. You need someone who's going to develop Jackson Dart and teach him how to drop back and deliver the ball from the pocket. That's what you want him to do. I don't want you running. I want you to sit back here and deliver the ball from the pocket. You have a good arm. And when you get into trouble, you can run and you slide, or you get out of bounds. You don't try to lead with your head against 250-pound linebackers. That's just stupid. And that's probably, the mentality that Daboll had, and was just kind of pushing the guys to be, reckless and, play with a lot of heart and aggression. And he was kind of hoping that Jackson Dart was going to help him keep his job. He talked about how much he loved him, and he was kissing him, and is that, you know what, dude, if you saw this in training camp, then he should have started. Like, you went out and let Russell Wilson start, and he's awful. So I think McCarthy's the way to go. The only person I would say I don't want to see is, I don't think Bill Belichick would be good for this role.
Not a fan.
Unless he was going to somehow get Josh McDaniels to come over from the Patriots. Maybe Josh McDaniels.
Not again.
Well, you need someone that's going to develop the quarterback. I think Lane Kiffin is a good college coach. I think he's a good coach. He does have a mind for talent.
Coach Jackson Dart at Ole Miss.
Yeah, and then Gruden is exciting. I mean, he's a guy. He's a fiery football coach. He knows his stuff. He knows how to develop quarterbacks. So yeah, I mean, I like these things. So I'm fine with where the direction they're going. I don't think they should, let Kafka have the head coaching job at the end of the season. I don't think. I mean, unless he's able to really coach them up and finish in second and help me win my bet that I put on FanDuel. That's the only thing I really care about. But
But here's the thing with that, right? Like, we've seen this before, like 3 out of the past 4 seasons, right? The Giants are in the toilet and they fuck themselves out of a draft position because they chase wins, right? Yeah. Tommy DeVito a couple years ago, Drew Lock last year. The Giants, that seems to be the trend, right? They're the drizzling shits. They luck into a couple of wins and they fuck themselves over in draft position. So if that's the case, maybe Russ is the way to go. Like, maybe that's maybe James is too ambitious.
I actually think this team is good. They move the ball.
They are
score.
good.
They get leads on teams. They have tough time finishing and making adjustments, and that's coaching. So yeah. I don't think tanking for top pick is the answer. Wan'Dale Robinson is playing well. Tracy's playing well. This is all without Malik Neighbors. Like, they're playing well. They could easily be a 5-5 team right now. Honestly,
they should
really
be.
Could.
Now, but it's all on the defensive coordinator, because you had 4 double-digit leads, right? You're 2-8. You should be, move the 4 to the other side, right? You should be what, 6-2?
Yeah,
6-4.
Yeah.
You should have been. You should have been in there earlier. This should have happened after Denver. He shouldn't have been allowed to be on the goddamn plane. And whose decision is that? Daboll's. As the head coach, that's your guy.
For Shane Bowen.
For Shane Bowen, like, that's Daboll's decision.
Coach, I don't know if the head coach could get the defensive coordinator fired.
He's your employee. You work for him. You work at his pleasure. You absolutely do.
Okay.
So. You in the org chart, you're higher than him. You should have the authority to get rid of the guy.
Food chain. Get in my belly.
That's it. That is it. So if that means that you got to go, that's the other thing. If he had to go to save your worthless ass, get rid of him.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. It should be very interesting. But in more interesting games, the Bills got crushed by the Dolphins 30-13 in Miami on Sunday. It was the first time the Dolphins beat the Bills in over 1,100 days. The Browns also managed to lose to the sorry Lupus, aka their Jets, despite trading away all their talent the week before. So, Z, which loss was worse? The Bills losing to the Dolphins or the Browns losing to the Jets?
We're not going to mention the Texans. We're not going to mention the Jaguars, who had a 29-10 lead, and then they happened to friggin' lose. Like, that's pretty goddamn bad. Like, that's up there. It's pretty. Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
I watched that game too.
That's
and
horrible.
I went to change the clothes out of the dryer, and I came back, and they picked off Trevor Lawrence and were scoring a touchdown to end the game. I was like,
are
oh
you
my
doing?
god.
What
Well,
the
only
fuck are you?
but hold on. Yeah, it's pretty bad for the Jaguars, especially when Mills was the quarterback of the
Right.
Texans.
Right. Stroud was not playing. It was Davis fucking Mills. It was Davis Mills. But, I mean, if I'm going to choose between the ones that are in the question, you have to say that it's the Bills getting crushed by the Dolphins. Crushed. Absolutely
Fucking crushed.
destroyed.
It wasn't even close.
Destroyed.
This guy, Josh Allen, was running in circles and running for his life, like the whole game. Like what the fuck happened? Do you guys know there was a game on Sunday? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Only 13 rush attempts. Allen had 40 pass attempts. Even so, the leading receiver only had 58 yards. Shakir only had 58 yards. So that is an absolute joke. The numbers don't look that bad.
Waddle had a fucking great day.
Waddle had a good game. And, Tua,
Devin
he still
Achane
threw
had a great day.
Achane had 174 on the ground. That's a big day. So that's an indictment of the Bills' defense, and that's a major problem. If teams are going to be running at that clip, yeah, maybe they don't have Devin Achane, but they have some other people. There are other people in the AFC that could muster that kind of running game. For one, the Ravens, right? The Ravens absolutely can run the ball. They probably move the ball on you.
Right.
The Chargers can probably move the ball on you, where they can run the ball with aplomb and effectiveness. They knocked off the Steelers, right? Clearly, we don't have to worry about the offensive line without Slater and Alt. They're just fine. Everything's hunky-dory. Absolutely hunky-dory. So it's an indictment. It's an absolute indictment because, Tua didn't have the best game in the world. Destruction. Complete and absolute total destruction. The Jets and the Browns, what are you supposed to expect from two really bad teams? Now the Jets have rattled off 2 in a row, and they think they're hot shit, as they're wont to do. And the offsides that sealed the game. Bully for you.
Did you watch that? Did you watch the game? It was
I had better things to do, like watch the Giants.
Like watch paint dry in my
Like,
house. But no, like it. Listen. I'm not saying that it just wasn't. It was an odd ending to the game. First of all, the Jets get 2 returns for a touchdown. Right?
Yes,
that's their
because they only got 54 yards passing from Justin Fields.
Right. So there's about 4 minutes left of the game, and the Jets are driving down, and they have the lead. They're up by 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a third down play where Fields is scrambling to his right, and one of the defensive backs on Cleveland just blatantly holds the tight end on the play. It's holding penalty. It's 5 yards and a first down.
That's it.
Then it gets to a fourth down play or a third down play where we're under 2 minutes to go. The Browns are going to get the ball back, and they go off sides, and that ends the game. They don't even get a chance.
Nope.
It's just like, huh? This was supposed to be a laugher. You were supposed to come in here and slap these guys. Oh yeah, and the second thing I want to say is, how bad is Shador Sanders that fucking he can't even get in the game? Like, how bad are you, dude? Dylan Gabriel is terrible. He can't throw to open receivers. He reminds you of Zach Wilson. People are running wide open. You can't get the ball to them, dude. What the fuck is going on?
He's better than the other guy, though. Like, the thing, if you look at the other side of the field, right? Like, Dylan Gabriel is
the other guy.
He's better than the other guy. Dylan Gabriel threw for 167 yards and 2 tutties. Like, you say what you will about him, that's way better than 54 yards and 0 touchdowns.
You're not lying. You're not lying.
In the land of the blind, the man with one eye is king. In this case, that's Dylan Gabriel.
But the other thing is like, the Jets traded away all their players. And Garrett Wilson got hurt in the game. He's out for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
He's hurt or he's hurt.
The other thing, yeah.
It's like
think
Zach Wilson with migraine.
Guys, I got a headache. I can't play this. I can't play for you guys anymore. I can't do this to myself. I can't do this. I just can't do this to my career.
I'm sick, Coach. Coach, I'm sick. What's wrong? I'm sick of this shit.
I'm not calling Sauce Gardner anymore. He's Ahmed Gardner because the way he played against the fucking Colts, their GM was like, "Oh man, what did I trade for? This guy's getting toasted by Drake London all day, all day." Oh man,
there's always one play where Gardner looks like he's the worst player in the league, and then there's the rest of the tape looks solid. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, and you know,
good move by them. But I feel like they fleeced the Colts on that, and they also the Dallas trade. They fleeced the Dallas on that. Quentin Williams is terrible. He was ranked like 99th in defensive efficiency, and he only has 1 sack and 3 pressures all year.
Jesus.
It's week fucking 10. Like, what do you mean? You're a defensive tackle. You're not getting any push, bro? And they're going to give up 2 firsts for him? What?
Well, look at it. Like, let's look at we're talking about defensive players. Let's look at the vaunted 3 on the Giants, right? Carter, Thibodeau, and Big Dex combined for 3.5 sacks. So, big name guys are not getting home this year. So Brian Burns is getting all the love there. But I find it interesting that not only did they get rid of Quinnen, right? They deactivated Quincy. I find that odd.
Yeah.
Like, why did you do that? So, like, you still have Quincy Williams. He's still a good player. Like, you do something like that. He's not injured. You're just not. We're not going to play you. And it's like, why?
Well, it's the same thing with Lazard. Why isn't Lazard playing? Like, what the fuck isn't he playing? Play him.
They could have traded him to the fucking Steelers.
But play him. Play him. Why are you playing these guys? Is he that bad that he can't play? He can't get open. He can't get separation. You're telling me he don't got anything left? Like, what are we talking about right now? Why is he here? Why the fuck is he here? But going back to the Dolphins, I think the Bills' loss is worse because you're supposed to be like a Super Bowl contender. You're supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite. And what, you think just because you beat the Kansas City Chiefs at home last week, like that was your Super Bowl? You're fucking 6-4. The Patriots are 8-2. You might not make the fucking playoffs, man. Like, do you not realize that this is all coming down?
Man.
Like, you're gonna have to beat the Patriots. Already went to your house and beat you. You have to go and face them in Foxborough, and you gotta hope someone's hurt in that game for you to win. I mean, the play calling was abysmal. Joe Brady's getting away from the running game again. It's just a bad look. And then the Dolphins, say what you want about the Dolphins, they're 4-6, Z. They're 4-6. This guy is 2 wins away from being 500. Can he save his job? Can he save his job?
But
one of the bugaboos he had was that he couldn't beat Buffalo. And he beat Buffalo. So, I mean, and they have layups coming up. I want to say they got the Jets coming up, I think. No.
Not this week. That's the
Not
Patriots.
This week,
that's the Patriots, because the Patriots will now be 3 games clear of fucking Buffalo. But that's the thing. The objects are getting farther away from you if you're Buffalo. Right now, you're the 6th seed. You're the 6th. You're going on the road in the playoffs. Get your shit together, bruh. But you're the team, right? You were supposed to be there waiting for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who aren't that good either this year.
Well, let's see what happens, because they have a big test this weekend where they'll be facing the Denver Broncos in Denver.
Indeed.
And right now they're outside of the playoffs looking in, so they need to win. So let's see what happens there. But we touched on this briefly, but Drake Maye and New England Patriots went into Tampa and beat the Bucs to improve to 8-2. At this time last year, the Patriots were 3-7 and starting to look into vacation plans for the offseason. So is Mike Vrabel Coach of the Year, and is Drake Maye the NFL MVP?
Yes to Vrabel, no to Drake Maye.
Wow.
Only because you have a lot of candidates, and I don't think Drake Maye is going to get a lot of votes. He'll get
you're
some.
you're gonna give him the Coach of the Year over the guy in Indianapolis who
Yes.
resurrected Daniel Jones and has
Yes.
Jonathan Taylor running rampant over everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fair.
Because he was there already. Vrabel resurrected the New England Patriots in 1 year. 1 fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Gerard Mayo, I don't know what the fuck Gerard Mayo was doing when he was there last year. Because clearly, something wasn't working. And a lot of the same personnel was there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What a difference coaching makes. And coaching matters in the NFL. Drake Maye went from Drake Maybe to now a guy who is a stud, right? And he is leading this team, and he's clearing the Buffalo Bills right now, right? Trevion Henderson, hell of a day, 14, 147, 2 tutties. Who knew he had it in him? Good for him, right? You have Diggs with a touchdown, Williams with a touchdown. They don't have, like, great receivers, right? They've okay receivers. You have Pop Douglas. I mean, Hunter Henry at tight end, pretty solid. But it's the coaching. It's the energy. It's the attitude that Mike Vrabel brought back to New England. He brought back Josh McDaniels. He restored the Patriot way in just 1 short season. And I think that definitely gives him sway over a guy like Shane Steichen when it comes to Coach of the Year. Drake Maye's doing great. Absolutely. But you got to put Darnold up there with him. You got to put Baker up there with him. You got to put Jonathan Taylor in the conversation. Jonathan Taylor might clear them all. Like, this might be the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have a lot of decent performances this year. You have a lot of good performances by quarterbacks this year. But
Definitely didn't see that coming from JT.
Jonathan Taylor's on he's hit another gear this year.
Yeah.
Like, he's on a gear from a couple of seasons ago, because he started out at this pace. But now he's definitely taken it to a next level. And I think he would definitely garner some MVP discussion. And I think he would probably be the front runner, because all the other quarterbacks haven't really, like, gone so far ahead of the others. But Drake Maye would definitely be in the conversation. But yeah, like, we were both high on the Patriots before the season started. We thought there was going to be a progression. I don't think in our wildest dreams that either one of us really envisioned this level of proficiency this soon.
No. I mean, Drake Maye really looks like he's in command of the offense. He looks like he feels comfortable with everything. His deep ball, he's throwing a beautiful deep ball. He's not turning the ball over. Defense is solid. Trevion Henderson seemed like he's coming into his own. He had a really big day. Once he hit the sideline, he was gone. And Vrabel made it a point that after the last game, he shook every single player's hand as they went into the locker room. He's changed the culture. I mean, he's a no bullshit guy.
Yeah.
He's always been that way. He's a no bullshit guy. He's looking for results, and they're gonna win this weekend. So they're gonna win on Thursday. They're gonna go to 9-3. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the Bills. I mean, it's unbelievable how the Patriots have already gotten their quarterback for the future. Really not that long after losing Tom Brady.
And this was after they missed on Mac Jones. They missed on Mac Jones.
Did they miss? Mac
Yes,
is
they
looking
did. Yes,
really
they
fucking
did.
good. He's making
Yes, they
good,
did.
though.
They
Maybe-
missed.
maybe the
Mac
Patriots-
Jones. Hang on. They missed on Mac Jones. Mac
Yeah.
Jones has proven to be a good quarterback. Just like
Yeah,
the
and they-
Giants missed on Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones can still prove to be a good quarterback.
It could just be a timing thing. See, it just could be something where they just need time. Like Mac Jones went to Jacksonville, and we saw him come a little bit alive down there. And then he went to the 49ers, where Kyle Shanahan loves him. I mean, just like Kyle Shanahan loves Sam Darnold. Like, it's just that sometimes these guys need time, and you gotta coach. You gotta coach them to their strengths. And the longer they're in the league, they develop more strengths. They get better. You know, I would truly believe that if Mac Jones was playing for the Dolphins, he'd be doing well right now. Like, he's a good player. He's not a great player. He's a good player. Daniel Jones is a good player. Like, he can, you know, he's clearly, they've figured out, they've unlocked something with him.
But not everybody hits. Not everybody hits in the place that they initially drafted to, right? Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold has been kind of passed around the league a little bit now, and he's kind of hitting his own now. So
I think Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold, despite the seriously, like, despite the game he had, you know, he's had some good games, but he's had some "what the fuck are you doing, Sam" games. Like, you know, like, where are you throwing the football? What are you doing? Like, you know, he is who he is, and it's cool. It's cool, but I think for the most part, Drake Maye has turned out to be not Drake Maybe, but Drake Maye. He's going to be the future of that team, and the future looks pretty bright.
step outside of your safe area and make a statement without saying much. With FCK Clout Lifestyle Apparel. Embrace the colorful chaos and stay emotionally regulated in their graphic tees, hoodies, snapbacks, accessories, and more. Go to fckclout.com today and check out current season and past season merchandise for men and women. Get it while you can. That's fckclout.com. Check them out today. fckclout.com.
The future doesn't look so bright for two Major League Baseball pitchers.
There is one.
The indictment against Luis Ortiz and Emmanuel Clase was open yesterday, revealing Cleveland pitchers were aiding gamblers on prop bets regarding balls and strikes during their games. The players would bury a pitch in the dirt and then follow it up with a strike to help bettors cash in. The players face a lifetime ban and over 30 years in prison for actions that did not affect the outcome of games. So Z, is this too harsh a punishment or just right to deter players from fixing games?
All of this for what, $2,000 to $5,000?
He was due to make $11 million next year.
Yeah,
Like, Clase was due to make $11 million next year, and he's actually one of the best closers in the league. Like, he's not, and you could almost get it. No, you can't get it, but you can almost see it from maybe his perspective, where he's like, all right, I just have to fall behind this count, and I make money for my friends. All right, I'm not really affecting anything. I can come back from this. Like, it's 2-1 now instead of 1-2. I can just come back and get back into this, and I can. Yeah, I think the only thing he can do at this point is just say someone was threatening to kill his family. Like, that's why you did this. Either that, or say you're incompetent, or, you know, it doesn't make $11 million versus $7,000 or $5,000 or whatever it was.
The gambling action. The action totaled $450K. That's still not even the major league minimum.
Right.
That's not
so
dude, what are we doing?
Are you so bored with your closer role that you've set up another game for yourself? Like, oh, can I fall behind on this, make my friends some money, and then also get this guy out? Like, it just doesn't jive. It just doesn't make any sense. It's just, and then it's like, when it comes down to it, it's like, you're getting banned, and you're possibly going to prison for over 30 years for throwing a baseball.
Yeah.
You did. That's all you did was you threw a baseball. It's not like you know, were hitting a trash can. It's not like you were, taking a dive and not playing, passing the ball to the wrong team, giving up home runs. That wasn't even what you were trying to do.
No.
You're just throwing a ball. And now you're in a heap of trouble.
Apparently one of the red flags was a first pitch in the dirt that Andy Pages swung at. Like
he
apparently
swung
that
at it and caused a huge problem.
Yeah, like that was one that he lost because Pages chased a first pitch fastball in the dirt. So you're looking at the possibility of 65 years in jail for this stupidity, both
Fucking
you and your
stupid.
boy, right? And even so, like, let's say that somehow you avoid jail time. The Guardians are blocking you from playing in the Dominican League. They're blocking you from playing in the Colombian League, the Venezuelan League. Where are you going to go? Right? Apparently, I think the Mexican League will take you. They took Yasiel Puig after the sexual assault allegations. Like, what do they care? I suppose. But to screw yourself over, there's a level of hubris here that I can't comprehend. Did you think that you were that good that no one was ever going to catch on?
Right.
Or
you're not Ohtani, dude.
Right.
No one's going to go to bat for you, man.
No one's going to go to jail for you.
No translators going. And it's like, is this maybe just? I mean, I don't know. Class A. Does he not speak English? Does he not maybe get it?
I don't know.
Does he not understand what's at stake here? I mean, does he not read? When he comes into the clubhouse, no betting on baseball. Like, do you not understand what's at stake here? You're a professional ball player, man. You're throwing his
He can read all those zeros in his contract.
And he referred Luis Ortiz. And for that, he got a kickback of $7K. $7K? What are we talking about right now?
Right.
Like, you've got to say that they were threatening to kill your family, and you felt like you had no choice but to cooperate with this. That's the only thing you could say to get out of it. And that might save you from jail time, but you're definitely never playing baseball again.
They got to throw the book at this guy. It's got to be a deterrent. It's got to be stiff and sturdy enough that no one will ever even download the FanDuel app on their phone. Never mind consider.
Oh yeah, then Major League Baseball, I like how they come out and they're like, we're working with the sports books to limit the amount of money that could be bet on prop bets on pitches. You guys just don't get it.
Shit out of the game.
You just don't get it. That's not the answer, man. That's just not the answer.
It's like, hey, asshole.
It's obviously a problem if these guys are helping people win prop bets. These are millionaires helping people win prop bets. And your solution is, we'll limit the amount of money could be placed in a prop bet? That's your answer for this? You think that's the golden ticket here? Come on, Rob. Come on.
I'd say you're better than that, but no.
You can't. I don't know how you put the toothpaste back in the container here. You know what I'm saying? It's out. I don't know how you go back. And it's going to be a huge problem, man. It's going to be a huge problem. Because these are the ones we're catching. You know? What about all the ones we're not catching? You know? And now you just start to question everything. Like, I think I messaged you last week when Joey Bosa had an open tackle on Mahomes and he ran away from him. Where are you going, Joe? He drops a sack to quarterback. Where the fuck are you going? Like, you're nowhere near any receiver. Like, where are you going? And it's like, well, what the hell is going on there? It makes you question things like that.
Yeah. Players are keenly aware of the money line, absolutely. Because going back to Texans Jaguars, right? That they forced the fumble on Trevor Lawrence. They could just sat on it, end the game. Nope, they took it back for a touchdown. You didn't need to take it back for a touchdown. You were already ahead, right? They didn't even let them kick the extra point. Just like, fuck it, it's over. Go. Just go. Just go. Right. Now, the Eagles, they blocked a field goal, returned it for a touchdown. Didn't need to, right? Clearly, players are aware of money lines. Players are aware of prop bets. Players are aware of these things. Where you start to get into the murkiness is participation, right? And it's got to be a zero tolerance policy. There has to be no gambling, absolutely no fucking gambling, which means that you got to extricate yourself from this. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you do that though. Right? Between FanDuel and DraftKings and legalized sports books. I mean, ESPN finally, they're getting out of the out of the betting game. They're not doing it anymore. They ended their partnership with Penn Entertainment. So there's really... There's no way to undo it. I think you just have to punish the shit out of people. You have to make it. That's what I think you have to do. I really think you have to come down so hard on these guys that no one will ever even think of doing it again. The problem is that while you have this going on, you just kind of relaxed on Pete Rose. Yeah. Right? Now, Pete Rose is going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame next year. Right? The Black Sox, who threw a World Series, like they're the most extreme example of when the shit goes wrong, right? When things go sideways. They're eligible. Shoeless Joe is eligible. Like, you're talking out both sides of your mouth here, and I think. I really think a lifetime ban is a lifetime ban is a lifetime ban. Like, it doesn't end when you're dead. You know what? They got a Chris Benoit this thing. It's like erase them from existence. Mm-hmm. Who's Emmanuel Clase? Who's Luis Ortiz? Who? Like, you gotta make it. You have to put teeth into this, and that's the problem with Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred has no teeth. But who's afraid of Rob Manfred? Who is afraid of what Major League Baseball is going to do?
Not me.
No. Right? Roger Goodell. No real teeth in the matter. Right? Adam Silver. He's the guy with the teeth, apparently. He's the guy who's banning people for life. Good for you. Good for you, Adam Silver. Like, how fucked up a world are we living in where we're telling Rob Manfred to be like Adam Silver? Wow, man. But the punishment needs to fit the crime. And in this case of Clase and Ortiz, they gotta go. Plain and simple. And not only do they have to go, maybe you sue them for damages. Like, maybe you get their, like, maybe you try and get the money back. I don't know. But I don't know. But it's got to be something where a guy will think twice before he decides to engage in this stupid shit.
When owning a home, it's important to have heating and cooling professional available when things go wrong. Air Care Technicians is a veteran-owned HVAC company servicing the Westchester area. They are licensed to service, repair, maintenance, and replace all HVAC units. If your unit is not running properly or you would like to improve the air quality in your home, contact Air Care Technicians for a free quote. They offer same-day and emergency services for all of your needs. You can reach them at 914-315-1547. Air Care Technicians, 914-315-1547.
Bullshit or no shit? We're going to debunk this week's most controversial topics right All right, boys and girls, we have a statement, and it's either bullshit or no shit. Let's get to it. Bullshit or no shit. Number one, the New York Rangers' inability to win or score at home is concerning.
No shit. Like, what the fuck, guy? You're the Broadway Blue Shirts, and I think they're 1-6-1, something like that. 1-6-1 at home and crushing it on the road, undefeated on the road. I want to think, or have one loss on the road. Like, this is very concerning. You guys gotta get the home cooking. The Madison Square Garden crowd. There's nothing like going to a Ranger game in Madison Square Garden. I would pick that over any other regular season sporting event. Is to go to see the New York Rangers play in Madison Square Garden, but not if they can't score and not if they can't win.
So they're 7-1-1 on the road. That's pretty goddamn good. That's pretty goddamn good. That's pretty.
Come on, guys! Like, what the fuck, man?
I mean, no shit. It's definitely concerning. But then when you look at the performance last night, they straight up they ate the Predators for lunch. Like, it was absolutely a dominant performance. So it's in them. It's absolutely in them, right? Panarin had two. One that was kind of fluky. Zibanejad had one. Like, you need your guys, right? They just got Vincent Trocheck back. You need your guys to be the guys, right? And we've been concerned with this core for a few years now, right? They traded Kreider. They kept Zibanejad, probably because they couldn't find a taker. And frankly, after the last couple of seasons that Mika's had, it's hard to disagree. Right? Panarin, they decided to keep him. They brought in JT Miller last year. They brought in Gavrikov. You have pieces here to be a playoff team. Mike Sullivan is here, familiar with the organization, knows what the Ranger culture is, knows what the Rangers should look like. Now, it takes time. It absolutely does take time. They're undoing a lot of what the past couple of years have been, and they're rebuilding the culture a little bit. But you gotta deliver at home. You gotta. You cannot be so far under 500 at home, right? It's great that you're killing it on the road. And at this rate, if you do make it into the playoffs, you will be a road team. So that's good. That's fantastic. So it's still early, but they got to figure it out. Hopefully, a 6-goal performance against the Predators last night will do the trick. Bullshit or no shit. Number 2. St. John's' loss to Alabama on Saturday is concerning.
You know, okay, I'm going to say bullshit, and I'm only saying it because it's early. It's early, and they played Michigan in the exhibition, and they've played Alabama, and I think they're still just trying to figure stuff out. Alabama came into the Garden and were ready to play. They're running set plays. Nobody's watching everybody play. They're running screens. They're moving the ball, and they were running with St. John's. And I think St. John's thought they were going to be able to run them out of the building, and that just didn't materialize. There's a lot of watching. There's a lot of watching everybody play, and nobody's moving. And I think Sanin needs to play better. We brought him here to be the guy. Zuby's got to be the number 2. He can't be the number 1 option. And I think they have. I want to say they have They have some not a layup next, but they have. Let me see what they have next.
I mean,
they have William and Mary. William and Mary next
for the number 5 team in the country. That should be a
allegedly the number 5 team. We're 13 now. That loss to Alabama set us back, but then Bucknell, and then they have the tournament over in Vegas where they're going to play Iowa State, Baylor, and then another team. So these are 2 warm-ups against William and Mary and Bucknell. They got to beat Iowa State, and they usually play Baylor pretty good. And I think going into December, going into January, then we'll have a better idea of what this team is. So I'm not gonna push the panic button yet. So I'm okay right now.
Not complete bullshit. It's complete bullshit. It's the second game of the year. This isn't college football, right? This isn't college football. If this was college football, okay, you'd be out already. But no, you have plenty of time. You have the conference tournament. That's when you guys are going to make your bones.
Mm-hmm.
You played Michigan in an exhibition. You're playing tough opponents early. That's credible, right? You're not doing Cupcake U over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you need more. You got Sellers with 14. You had Hopkins with 19. You mentioned Zuby already. Jackson with 14. You need more for more guys. You just need more. And that develops. That develops over time. Skip, as you know, he'll get it together.
I think
he'll have a better rotation. He'll have a better idea of what this team is.
The
second
Skip.
game of you know what? He's a great basketball coach. And that's the thing. You guys have Rick Pitino. You guys will be fine, right? St. John's will be fine. At the end of the day, the cream will rise to the top. They will be there at the end. They lost to a team that was ready for them early on in the year.
Mm-hmm.
If this happens later, if this is December and they're just kind of puttering around a little bit, and if they're 500 in conference, then you can start to press the panic button. But pump the brakes, everybody. It's the second game of the season. RELAX. Relax, as Aaron Rodgers once said. It's not like, it's not like you were the number 1 team in the nation and you got knocked off by a team that was unranked, right? 2 ranked teams. It's fine. It will be fine, St. John's. Take a deep breath and let it out. Relax. Complete bullshit. Your favorite podcast has its own merch line now. Go to the Fade Store with DNZ.com today and check out our releases in apparel, accessories, drinkware, and more. Ever wanted an Alleged Superstar t-shirt? We got those. You want some yoga pants? We got those too. And we're not done yet. We have a lot of exciting collaborations and new products on the way. But check out what we have now at the Fade Store with DNZ.com. That's the Fade Store with DNZ.com. Who's the best of the worst this week in sports? The Fade Store presents the Alleged Superstar of the Week Award. All right, boys and girls, you know what time it is. It's time for the Alleged Superstar of the Week. You know how it goes. We put up a poll on our X account at FadeRouteDNZ and our Instagram poll at FadeRoutePodcast, and you vote. And you vote, and you vote, and you vote. And the winner of said vote gets a shout out on this here show and takes home the coveted Ass Trophy. And do you know who took home the coveted Ass Trophy last week, D?
Don't.
That would be one Mr. Daniel Jones.
Whoa.
Welcome back to Pumpkinville, son. We knew you had it in you. But that was last week. This is this week. Who are your nominees for Alleged Superstar of the Week? D.
All right, so first up, I've got the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, Mr. Jordan Love.
Dude.
Man, Monday Night Football against the defending champs, you go 20 for 36 for 176 yards, and that's it. No interceptions, no, just you were just a person there. People were trying to say that you were supposed to be the NFL MVP. People had the Green Bay Packers going to the Super Bowl. X-nay on the Super Bowl A, okay? Jordan Love, you are my alleged superstar of the week. Number 2, Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
With the reports coming out about Clase and Ortiz, your next move is to work with sports books to limit the amount of money people can place on pitches for prop bets. You guys have not figured this out yet. Either not figured it out or you don't care. Gambling is a problem and is infiltrating every single sport. Major League Baseball, you are my alleged superstar of the week. And last but not least, the New York Rangers. Yes, I think it's great that they're 7-1-1 on the road, but being 1-6-1 at home this season with the inability to score. You're the Broadway Blue Shirts. You play in Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, and you can't win games there? Oh, that is just terrible. New York Rangers, you are my alleged superstars of the week. What do you got, Z?
1 game winning streak at home and 6 goals. Yeah. All right. Good job, boys. Good job. Well, they're going on the road against Tampa Bay, so there you go. A little respite. You look rested. All right, I'm going to go with Brandon Ingram to start.
That guy.
Yeah, slamming your water bottle down in frustration. We've all been there. God damn, son of a bitch. Problem is, you hit one of the towel guys. Right in the face. Bounced up right in the face. No apologies. No helping clean up. I think Scotty Barnes actually went and helped the towel guys clean up. Ingram is just sitting there, staring off into the distance, just stewing. Looking like a jackass. Brandon Ingram, you are my alleged superstar of the week. Number 2, the Carolina Panthers. 5-4. Things are looking up. First time in a while that the Carolina Panthers have been relevant. Second in their division, and then they went and played the New Orleans Saints. Not just played them, lost to them. You know who else lost to the New Orleans Saints this year? The fucking Giants. That's who lost to the Saints. Those are the only 2 teams that have lost to the Saints this year. The Giants and the sorry-ass Carolina Panthers. So, shame on me for thinking you had turned a corner. That's my bad. My apologies. I thought you were better than that. That's my fault. Carolina Panthers, you are my alleged superstar of the week. And then number 3, the Buffalo Bills. Miami 30, Buffalo 13. I don't care if that game against Kansas City was your Super Bowl. I don't care how much you got up for that game. You can't get up for an in-division opponent. I'm sorry. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. Meanwhile, the Patriots are pulling away from you. You're the 6th seed. You're on the road in the playoffs. Get your shit together, bruh. Or else it's not going to be very long. Funny enough, that is very interesting. They would most likely play the Patriots in the first round. There you go. You sure you want that? I'm not so sure you want that. Buffalo Bills, you are my alleged superstar of the week. I think we said our piece. Go to our X account at FadeRouteDNZ. Go to our Instagram account at FadeRoutePodcast and vote. And vote, and vote, and vote. And for our nominees.
You're better than that. Just do better. Just
This has been The Fade Route with D&Z. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Catch our podcast on Wednesday nights on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to your podcast. So until next time, stay fade, everyone.
Time for us to run the go route. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review, rate us 5 stars, turn on subscription notifications, and share on social media. Tell your friends and spread